い。では、続いてのゲームは、メトロイドゼロミッションですね。で、こちらのゲームも解説の方がいらっしゃいませんので、このゲーム知ってるよという方はコメント欄であったりだとか、ジャパニーズリストリームのディスコードチャンネル、ディスコードチャンネルじゃないや、ディスコードサーバーにて、ちょっとね、解説していただけたりすると助かります。で、あれですね。メトロイドゼロミッションは、リメイク作品みたいなやつでしたよね、確かに。なんか、初代ではないですけど、なんかちょっと、割と最初ら辺のやつか何かのリメイクだったような気がします。だったような気がします。一応、フュージョンの後に販売されたやつでしたよね。あ、シリーズ1作目のリメイク作品か。なるほど。まあ、だいたいメトロイドの、初代あたりのストーリーはだいたいあれですよね。宇宙の平和が脅かされている、きっと、スペースパイレーツ、リドリーの仕業に違いありません、みたいな感じのノリだったりするような気がするんですけど。
Welcome in, everyone. Welcome into the fluffy bosom of the Fastest Furs Fall Festival. All right, and we are back. I am going to be your host for the next little bit. I am Rhythm Bastard, your hardcore, nerdcore himbo raccoon. Next up on deck, we have 100% normal run Metroid Zero mission by BeamQueenSol. And for those of you just joining us from that generous raid, we are Fastest Furs. Team Fastest Furs is a community of furry speedrunners that is welcoming and open to all. And you don't even have to be a furry to participate in our events. We currently host 2 charity speedrun marathons per year in the spring and the fall, and provide other opportunities throughout the year for our community members to get involved and showcase their speedruns.
で、あれですよね。メトロイドゼロミッションは、あれですよね。最後ら辺の時に、自分のスーツ奪われちゃって、しばらく生身で行動するみたいなところがあって、あそこが、なんか、難しかった記憶がありますね。今まではね、最強状態でね、当たるだけで敵が消し飛び、ビームを撃ちながら歩くだけで、敵が簡単に、弾け飛んでくれてたんですけど、終盤になっていきなり、豆鉄砲一つ持って、戦わされるという、ステルスアクションになるというところがあって、ね、あそこがすごい難しいというか、フュージョンの時にね、サックスが、サムス X にね、追っかけ回されて、爆散された身としては、結構トラウマでしたね。
And we do have a donation that just came in from Kirgibi, donating toward the bonus Metroid 1 Narpast Sordo run. We're going to find a little more about that when Beam Queen starts her run. Who donates and says, I don't like anymore. Am I out of touch? No.
あれちょっと今、ちょっとドネート見つけられてないんですけど、あれあるのかな？いつも通りのセーブ・ザ・アニマルある？あれ、これ、ありましたっけ？セーブ・ザ・アニマル。師匠いないやつだっけ？どっちだっけ？
And while we're getting things set up, I want to give a big shout out to all of our community artists and a big thank you to those who donated their time and talents to create much of the fantastic art you're seeing on stream and on our merch offerings this event. A huge thank you goes out to Autumn Wyvern, Flux, Freckles.
あ、ちなみにあれですね、これ。使用されるあれが、一応スイッチバーチャルコンソールってなってるので、多分あれですね、スイッチアーカイブ版っぽいですね。一応、なんか、あれらしいですね。終了値がスイッチ以降は、一部軽減されてるとか、なくなってるとかで、なんかちょっとタイムが早くなったみたいなのが聞いたことありますね。
Dragons eating pizza while wearing PJs. Yeah, I think I saw that at the game in the run.
まあ、それといえば、あとあれですね、メトロイドといえば、スイッチ2で、なんかそろそろメトロイドプライムの待ちに待った新作が出るというので、界隈ではね、盛り上がってたりしますね。スイッチ2は手に入りましたか、皆さん。さあ、というわけで画面来ましたね。さあ、
should be able to be heard now.
一応。
I hope. If not, we will figure it out, but...
おや、もしかしてこれはマイクミュートだったっぽかった。
Now everybody give your clap emotes in chat
ちょ
for
っとマイ
tech
ク
team.
ミュートだったかもしれないですね。
Yes, in the meantime, hello. We'll redo
さ
this.
海外でもマイクミュート事故ってあるんですね。
That works too. So yeah, this is Metroid Zero mission. We're gonna be grabbing all the things. Until we don't worry about that right now. It will be relevant later. I don't really have a big preamble, but let's try and get ourselves started here. So I'm gonna hit this, and then in 3, 2, 1, go.
さあ、これで
And well,
グ
Sam
ッドラックで
is
ーす。
kind of doing her little, made her way downtown, walking fast. Gonna have a little monologue.
そう、とりあえずやることとしては、いつも通りかどうかわかんないですけど、マザーブレインしばきに行くということで。
If you know, you know, and if you don't, well, you're gonna find out. Because when I said everything, I meant everything, and that includes Morph Ball, because if we don't get this, we can't really play the game, if I'm being honest. It's incredibly important. If we don't have this, the game stops us in like 2 rooms, and it's gonna be like, well, now what do I do? Also, I don't know why I did it that way, but that's okay. But yeah, this game is a remake of the original from the NES game.
さあ、毛布ボールな
It's a
の
very
は
old、game. It's funny
なん
enough,
か
it's
ゲームによ
actually
ってあれなんですよね。ゲームというか作品によ
So
って、
if it gets met,
なんか結構最速の移動方法が違ってたりするので、あれなんですけど。最速はこれだと最速って何なんだろう。他のゲームだと銃口をガチャガチャ上下に下げたりしてたりっていうのがあるんですけど、あれは銃口をガチャガチャするたびに、確か1ドット1回銃口を下に 下上に上げるたびに、確か1ドット前進するっていうので、積み重ねて速くなるみたいなやつだったと思うんですけど。まあ、今回そういうのやってないところを見ると、まあ多分最速としてはないんでしょう。さあ、ミスを手に入れましたね。
And hopefully we don't mess this up, because if we do, this is going to be a little bit awkward.
Yeah, we are just currently shy of 10% of the incentive, so get those donations in. This is a pretty hefty run, so you have quite a bit of
さあ、
time.
ミスを3発で倒し、
Yeah, we're going to be going fast, but this is going to take a bit of time to get through.
チャージビームですね。
It do be a longer run, but we ain't got that much time. I'm going to be trying to quit here. Excuse me? Okay.
まあ、チャージビームはどっちかっていうと、チャージミーも、もう口が回ってないですが、チャージビームを、持った状態でスピンアタックというかジャンプすると、一回当たった敵をダメージ与えられるみたいなのがあるんで、なんかそっちの方をよく使ってますよね。
And that is also a little unfortunate. I mashed just a bit too much.
さあ、ハエが
It's fine.
ハエがかかっておりますが、
Exactly how I didn't work with this.
なんでミサイルにハエがたかってんだ。
Some RNG manip. Yeah, that's what you call it when you took some unexpected damage. It's RNG manip.
Alright, there we go. A few extra loops around that, but it's way safer than it looks most of the time. But these things are evil. There's a ton of them. Okay, I'm just gonna. It's fine. We'll just do it this way.
いやー、結構大変そうですね。
Alright, we're good. Yeah, so those I want to say those are rocks, or at least the version of them in this game. They have 3 nests like that. Once we get rid of those, they never show up for the rest of the game. They are gone forever. So good news. I don't have to worry about them ever coming back.
さあ、ネタン手に入れまして、
Unfortunately, they are a surprisingly effective choke point at times if things go a little too pear-shaped at the start of the run. And honestly, with the damage I took, that was a little bit riskier than I would have liked, but it's fine. We're gonna just keep going. We're gonna get rid of these because unfortunately my jump is a little bit off and they got in my way. But we're about to have bombs. That's gonna be very important for quite a few different
こうやって見るとあれですね、割と最初ら辺のリメイクなのもあって、最初ら辺はちょっと窮屈ですね。なんか最近の作品だと割と最初から縦横無尽に走り回ってるイメージあるんで、結構おとなしいというか、道順に沿ってアイテム回収させられてる感じはします。
Later on, they'll be a little bit less relevant, but they will still be very important to us. And we need to kind of get these all over us and get rid of them because they will. The dangerous sites here. You need a tutorial on how to use bombs, even though we just did that. We got a missile expansion out of it. But now we just start making our way out of here. We're gonna be going straight to trade. And I know what you're thinking if you played this casually. Like, wait a minute, why are you doing the trade already? Don't you need, like, the power grip and stuff? Well, if you're playing this casually, I would recommend it. The power grip is very useful and helps us quite a bit. But where we're going, we don't need the power grip. So we can just get it later when we need it more. So until then, we're gonna go straight to trade and we're gonna say hi to him. But we're gonna also grab a couple more items on the way. So if there's any donations or messages or anything, this is a good time for it. Especially since I just saw the donation.
さあ、ミサイルゲットしまして。
Yeah, we do want to get toward that bonus Narpo Sordo run incentive. So for example, a helpful little guy here.
チャート的にどうなんでしょうね。ミサイルを回収するのが
Thank you very much, Argo.
そもそもとしてチャートに組み込まれてるのか、ちょっとイベント用に安定取ってミサイルの弾数増やしてるのか。
Shout out to him later on in tonight, as he is also closing out tonight with Monkey Ball, and you definitely want to be there for that. Also keep making our way down here, and hopefully not. Oh, that's okay. I see I've sorted the thing now. There it is. Case in point.
さあ、ミサイルめちゃめちゃ集めてますね。
If nothing else, I definitely know. I definitely know the people here with fastest furs.
Yeah, I've discovered a lot of great runners through Fastest Furs.
Honestly, so have I. Been a very good time.
さあ、ミサイル30発。
Been a very good time. I know somewhat personally that we have a very fat schedule. So if you think the stuff that's been here is good, trust me, you're going to be seeing even more good stuff. But yeah, welcome to Trade Slayer. We're going to be grabbing a bunch of items still and keep on trucking along, and hopefully we don't have anything too bad happen. But we will be taking we'll play a little bit safe just in case things happen.
あ、そっか、これ、あれか。
Also,
ごめんなさい、そっか。100% か。100% だから全部集めるんだ。
Anyways, I'm very aware to meme game.
100% カテゴリーは、あれですね。強化アイテムと、エナジーポット。エネタンですね。エネタンを、全部回収するのと、あと何でしたっけ？あとなんか、強化アイテムと、全部いいのか。強化アイテムと、まあその記録される系のアイテムですね。全部回収だから。それで取ってたのか。多分、2% だったらもうそろそろ最初のボス倒してる気がする。さあ、ボムジャンですね。ボムに当たることによって、毛布ボール状態中はジャンプできるっていうか、上に飛ぶんですけども、タイミングよく連続してボムを設置していくことによって、あんな感じで空中を飛ぶことができます。一応これ公認なんですよね。公認でやるにしてはなかなかに、大変なギミックだと思うんですけど。
We will be very safe about it just in case. Also, activate this thing so we can have it pull us across. Very useful. Otherwise, it would be very rough to actually get across here. But I am going to save here just in case things could go wrong. And if they do, I don't want to have to repeat the entire last 9 minutes of this run. That would be incredibly, that would be, as the kids say, incredibly unfortunate.
さあ、一応セーフティーセーブ取ったみたいですね。なんか出てきた。
Do we have time for a donation?
Absolutely.
どうしましたね。いいですね。
Signer Coyote donates $20 and says, Zero Suit Smoopy. I know what that means, and if he's more than welcome to it. And that is going toward the Narpus Sordo run, so thank you.
多分今のマグマの中まだダメージ食らっちゃうんで、マグマの中でダメージ食らわないというか、ダメージ食らいながら敵の弱点攻撃するように体力欲しいっていうのと、まあ、あったのと、まあ、仮に事故起きても大丈夫なようにっていうので、セーブしてたっぽいですね。
It's a little bit slower, so the fun way is you do what I just did, where you go into the lava the acid willingly, taking constant damage as you pump missiles into it, and then wall jump back out, which you're doing that effectively underwater, so it's actually even harder to actually get out of there. It is very difficult to do those jumps. The timing is way tighter than it looks. I do not recommend doing that casually. If you're doing that if you're trying to learn this run though, yeah, that's the stuff you gotta do.
ボムジャンプの要求多くない？
That's okay, we'll keep trying. We are very safe. There, found a way. Got it in the end.
はい、来ましたね。
Also, I see the remark about the Switch 2 in GBA VC. Yeah, that's actually how we're playing this. This is the easiest way to access the game currently. By the way, we did have to make sure we had enough missiles for this. Both of these take 10 each, and we are very much fine on that. Anyways, at this point,
今のはなかなかずるい倒し方してる。
the bottom of this now, so right now is not going to be too much going on. If there's any messages, this would be great, especially if nothing else, we can definitely talk about the charity that we're here for.
Actually, we do have one.
どうなんですかねこれ基本的には集められるアイテム全部集めてからボスを一通りしばきに行く感じなんですかね。まあ、多分そっちの方がアイテムリソースたくさんあるからミサイルとか撃ちたい放題だろうし、まあ、なんかそっちの方があれな気はします。効率はいい気はします。
A portion of each sale of these items will be donated directly to Trans Lifeline, and worldwide shipping is available. This collection will only be available until the end of the marathon, so make sure you don't miss out. Use the command !merch in the chat for a link to our event store, or visit timberwolftrading.ca/pages/fastestfurs. Thank you, Timberwolf. And we also have $19 from Oasis, who says that one was bothering me, and that also goes.
さあ、アンノンアイテムということで、なんかよくわかんないの手に入れましたね。
It's those tricky NES passwords that are throwing me off. So, thank you very much, Oasis.
The funny part is that
まあこれでなんか謎のブロックを、紋章ブロックを壊せるようになったみたいです。
I forget when exactly, but it's been a while, but it's not been that long ago.
この頃ってまだあれなんですね。崖つかまりからそのまま毛布ボールに移行するみたいなのはないんですね。
Certain other passwords, but those ones just send you back to the title screen. 2003. It's actually been quite a bit longer than I thought then. Anyways, we're gonna get ourselves up here, trying to get rid of this enemy because it's kind of in my way and stay distant because otherwise the ice will actually hurt me. But we're about to fight Kraid. And the best way to sum up this fight is we're gonna give him his iron supplement for today.
さあ、みんな大好きクレイドルくんですね。
Oh, he ain't happy about it.
さあ、今回はというかまあよくクレイドル立つのとか言われてましたけど、今回もともと立ってた感じの気がする。
The other famous one that I brought up, infamous one that I brought up, yeah, that's one that actually sent you the title screen on this version. But yeah, there's Kraid, and for efforts we did Speed Booster, and I hope y'all are familiar with Shine Sparks, because if you're not,
さあ、スピードブースター手に入れましたね。
in like 20 seconds. Speed Booster does two things. One, it does this.
スピードブースターは一定以上の
The other is I can just
助走をつけて走ると、ハイスピードモードになって、この状態になると、まあ、無敵状態で駆け抜けることができます。で、走ってる途中に、下ボタンを押すと、チャージ状態に移行して、まあ、その状態で、任意の方向に押しながら、攻撃ボタンだっけか何かを使うと、攻撃じゃない、ジャンプだっけジャンプボタンを使うと、その方向にシャインスパークですね。超人文明アタックを使うことができます。宇宙4000年の歴史を食らえということで、超人文明アタックですね。再2段階比。
Unfortunately, sometimes that happens. I just mistimed to jump, and so she just wanted she just wanted a very warm bath. It's okay. You know how it is. You know how it is. Sometimes after a long day, you just want to sit there and soak for a bit. Never mind that it's a little too warm.
It's an acid wash.
Yes. And also, I can't skip this cutscene. If there's any messages, this is a good time for them, especially as I'm going to be just kind of largely going from one area to another. But here's Ridley. He's really big, and this is very cramped for him.
Right. So we are about a third of the way there toward the bonus incentive run. And also, in case you don't know, we have a character bid war going on for Mr. Shasta's run of
さあ、本格的にスペースパイレーツ参戦っぽいですね、これでね。リドリーがさっき映ってましたね。
But again, the Narpus Sordo incentive is only going to be until the end of this run, so make sure you get them in as soon as you can. With exclamation point share, donate.
おそらく本来はハイジャンプで取るやつなんですけど、ボムジャンプで取りましたね。
Let's see eye eye. Like baby's cute. Don't get me wrong. But hear me out. By the way, those are the only two items we're wrapping on the way here. Everything else we will be saving towards the end of like the first half of the run. Actually, let me retry that real quick. Run it about here, and let's see if we can actually set up this Shine Spark chain, because it's really cool if I get it. I didn't get it. Okay, fine. I guess we're going to be doing the Walk of Shame, as we do. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But if I had done this, it would have been a really cool chain of going, like, Shine Spark it into slopes to restart running, and...
今どこに向かってるんだろう。まあ、新しい場所なんで。普通にあれだと思うんですけど。次の目標のボスってなんだっけ？マザーブレインおる。一応、ラスボスのマザーブレインですね。
But we're actually not going to we're actually not doing much in warfare yet. We're actually going upwards. We're going towards criteria. You might remember that if you played Super Metroid.
よくよく考えると装備充実してるように見えて、まだ結構アイテム取ってないんですよね。ミサイルポットたくさん取ってるから、なんかアイテム充実してるっていうかたくさん取ったように思えてますけど、まだ基本装備のミサイルとチャージショットしか持ってなくて、まあ一応あとはモーフボールとスピードブースターなんで、まあほぼほぼ基本の4装備って感じです。ここにあとスミソとスーパーボムが、スーパーボム、ハイパーボムだっけが食えますんで。
There are these three items, they are unknown. The game is just basically like, I can't analyze what these are.
さあ、またアイテム取って、これでまた謎のブロックを消せるようになりました。
Later in the run, when we get a thing called the fully powered suit, we actually find out what those are. And they are the gravity suit, plasma beam, and space jump. They are very, very, very good items.
All right, and we have a raid from Seth Highwind. Thank you, Seth, for bringing your community over to Fastest Furs.
さあ、飛んでけー。
Trans rights. We love it.
もしかしてこれが正規の登り方ですか？今のが正規ですね。そんなことある？今、この、なんとなく何個か見てて気づいてる方もいらっしゃると思うんですけども、このゲームですね、壊せる床があるんですけど、壊せる床のその壊す条件が指定されてるやつがあるんですね。ね、さっきのスーパーミサイル取った時の壊せる床というかブロックの指定がスピードだったので、あれは要求されてるのスピードでしたね。そんなことある
？By the way, also way harder than it looks. The rhythm I have to do for single wall jumps like that is surprisingly tight and it's surprisingly easy to.
ちなみに壁キックですね。 さっき今やってたんで、一番わかりやすかったと思うんですけど、このゲームの時の壁キックは確か、壁に触れた瞬間の1フレームから3フレームでしたっけぐらいの時に、壁と別の方向、壁と反対方向に、入力、方向キーを入力して、さらにジャンプボタンだったはずです。なんで、壁登りしようとすると、壁と逆の方向に十字キーを入力して、そのまま壁ジャンプした後もう一回壁方向に行きたいので、左右を頻繁に切り替えるという、めちゃめちゃ難しいというか、忙しい操作を要求されたはずですね。まあちょっと、壁キックが半分、なんか、隠し要素みたいなはずだったんで、この時はまだ。あれですね、メトロイドドレッドになってから壁キックが、あれですね、確か。公式テクニックというか、もう攻略に組み込まれている都合上、もっと簡単にできるようになって、確か、単純に壁方向に向かってそのままボタン、ジャンプボタンを押すだけで壁キックできるようになったはずですね、確か。っていうので、この時までが、メトロイドゼロミッションですね。だからゼロミッション、フュージョンとか、もっと、初代のスーパーメトロイドとかの壁キックは、壁に向かって逆方向に入力して、壁と反対方向に、十字キーを入力してジャンプボタンです。要求されてることがめちゃめちゃ難しい。今、ハイスピードチャージ状態だったんですけど、最後の最後に敵から食らって、チャージ状態解けちゃいました。すごいなんか、もう、聞きづらそう。
But yeah, this room is very scary. It's very hot. It's very warm. Something. If you're warm, she's warm. Put her in the fridge or something. Like just
I
find
think
her
that's
now.
how it goes.
Fall Fest, but for some reason you're in New England or something. Uh-oh. That is.
さあ、シャイ、
Redo that. That's fine.
あれ今ミサイルポットありませんでした。取ってない。あれミサイルタンク取らなかった気がする。あれそうですよね。取れなかったから取り返しに行きますよね、これ。多分もう一回回収しに行きますよね。1ブロック分高さが足りなかったので、タンク取り直しです。しっかり取りましたね。
Luckily, we have a ton of health at this point, and I could safely still do that a few times if I have to. But ideally, we don't do that. We only need to do it once. But that's not what happened. Here's hoping our next bit goes a bit better. So, run over here. Lure them out of the way, go through this door, and we're gonna do high jump and jump balls. So that'll be very useful. For obvious reasons.
さあ、ハイジャンプ手に入れました。これで毛布ボール状態中でもジャンプが可能になる。かつ、通常ジャンプの高さが2倍になる。だったっけ？確かそんな感じだった気がします。パワードスーツ着てるんだからジャンプ力ぐらい最初から上げといてくれればいいのにって思うんですけどね。
And I'm gonna do this a very safe way just to not have to do a diagonal bomb jump that is very difficult sometimes.
さあ、整地中ですね。明らかに整地中です。でも整地したということはって感じなんですけど、ちょっと壊すのに時間かかりすぎたんで、あれかな。一部ブロック復活しちゃいました。
Okay. Yeah, there's a few ways you can do that. That's the safest way. There's also doing a
なるほど、ジャンプ力高すぎるとスーツが壊れる可能性もある。
where I have to go. But that one, if I
ちょっとメーカーの作動対象外ってやつですね。
there is nothing I can do about it. It's over. But we got through it, so it's not over.
あ、スクリューアタックも取るんですね。早いですね。こんな早く手に入るんだ、スクリューアタック。
Because we are not done with the heated areas. In fact, we are just kind of getting started.
はい、スクリューアタックは、ジャンプ時に、なんかエネルギーをまとうことができて、確かゲーム中で、スピードブースターですね。スピードブースター中のあれの次に攻撃力が高かったはずですね。まあ、スピードブースターが一番発動条件が難しいっていうのもあって、火力が高いのは納得するところなんですけど、確か2番目にこのスクリューアタックの火力が高いっていう設定だったはず。一応ゲーム設定というか、世界観設定的に一番最強なのがスーパーボムなんですけど、ゲーム的な火力で言うと、2番目に強いやつ。
Like, you're seeing all the stuff I'm doing right now. We could have already been done with it almost like 5 times now. That's how fast it is.
ちなみに多分最後ら辺で手に入るスペースジャンプっていう、無限にジャンプできるようになる、まあアイテムがあるんですけど、それを取ると、無限にジャンプしながら、スクリューアタック状態を維持できるので、まあ事実上ジャンプ中はほぼ無敵みたいな状態になります。まあ、ほぼほぼ全部の敵がスペースジャンプ効くので、一部のボスぐらいじゃなかったっけ、スペースジャンプ効かないの。
prisons that disproportionately inflict violence and mistreatment on trans individuals.
っていうので、まあかなり強いやつですね。で、ウェーブ、ワイド、どっちだ？ワイドビームかな。ワイドビームとかっぽいですね。まあその名の通りワイドになるという。ただそれだけのビームです。
Alright, now that we're actually through like the worst of the heated areas now. But we have these things. Thankfully, they don't really last. They're just 2 big worms. They do worm things, and then we get rid of them, and they're gone.
Yeah, everyone, send in your favorite Narpus Sordo alternatives because I am very. I've been hosting for many Fastest Furzes, and Narpus Sordo is the thing that does me in. So if you have any alternatives, ! Donate and send a few of them in.
Yeah, yes, I would love to hear them. Like we have Narpus Sword, we have Nord Password, we have Narpus Sordo now.
That's the Australian version of Lord of the Rings. You shall Nort pass.
It's my favorite Star Wars character.
Yeah, Narpus Sordo. He was in, one of the extended universe novels, the Thrawn trilogy.
I hate the meme that just came to mind from that. And I don't think this one. I
もうアイスビーム手に入った。
We got a couple of beam upgrades. We got wave beam. Now we have ice. Both very good to get.
アイスビームは、そのままの名前通りですね。アイスビームを使用することによって一部の敵を凍らせることができるようになります。まあ凍らせた敵は足場に使ったりだとかね、そういう使い方ができるようになるので、まあ今後どっかで使っていくんじゃないかなと思います。
It'd be very long. We've already had mishaps with speed booster. So let's try to.
これハイジャンプ手に入れてからじゃないと崖つかまりからの毛布ボール移行ってできないっぽいですね。ちなみに崖際に行くと勝手に捕まりに移行したはずなので、こういうちょっと入り組んだ地形の時はあれですね、崖つかまりしたくない時に崖つかまりして、逆になんか ちょっと降りるのが遅くなったり、登るのが遅くなったりみたいなことであったりっていうのがなんかあるっていうのは聞いたことあります。
I think Napalm Sticko is the one that's jumping out right now.
I saw that. I mean, we
さあ、
have that too,
ステージ的にちょっと不穏な見た目になってきてるので、そろそろボスかな。
Anyway, so this is a Mondo, or rather, this is a Mondo spawn.
さあ、ボス中ボス
How did I manage to not get both of them? Okay,
とりあえずなんかいるやつですね。
fair. That was a very weird fight. But there we go. We just send that down, made our way in, finally turned ourselves into Ridley's lair, and we have another cutscene. So this is still different messages, as Ridley finally gets to stretch his wings a bit.
一方その子らみたいな感じになってる。
Donates $5 toward the Narpus Sordo Run incentive. And they say, nah, RPA's word is my favorite Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, that was my
さあ、リドリーさん現地到
Magic
着。
the Gathering set that just came out, the Final Fantasy MTG crossover set.
Oh, my big takeaway of that is a lot of people are not happy with VV.
I'm going to save chat the explainer of all that, because it is all about you and your incredible run, and of course, our wonderful runners, our
さっ
beautiful
き倒したやつ
charity.
だー。
And you know, it's also about you, chatters.
なんかさっき倒したやつの、
Our reviews just
浮か
buy
した
their
姿っ
way
ぽい
into
やつ
Big
ですけど。
Sword.
Of course, that's usually how it goes, isn't it? By the way, that's a Mondo, and
ちなみに、うすうす気づいてる方もいらっしゃると思いますが、メトロイドシリーズの、敵はですね、HP が減ってくると色がどんどん変わっていきます。なんで色のあれが変わっていったら、まあなんとなくどんどん HP 減ってってるんだなみたいな感じでわかります。一応 HP 減ってくると、敵の攻撃が激しくなったり、まあ移動速度が速くなったりとかっていうのがね、あったりしますね。さあちょっとフレームレートが安定しないのか、ちょっと画面が飛び飛びになってますが。
So I'm gonna do this, plant a bomb, and for some reason that sends Samus to their spawn point correctly, which puts us underneath the blocks, so we don't have to go through like a whole sequence where we have to like speed booster through it. Instead, we can get here early to get.
いやーもうなんか完全に大変な迷路になっていらっしゃいますねこれ。
It would help if I actually hit those.
いやー取るのが大変すぎる。
I've seen some fun wrong pronunciations for Darkest Sword.
さあ無事に回収できましたね。
Swaddle. Also keeping with the Australian
and also,
theme.
Napa cabbage, which I never heard of that before. Also,
でさあマップのダウンロードができた場所ですが、まあマップは頭に入ってるのでいらぬと。
I have a map. It's in my head. So don't worry about it until maybe the one in Tresoria we might end up getting that one. It's a little bit harder to dodge. Anyways, here's hoping we get through this. Okay. Sometimes it just has a moment. We'll try again.
ちょっとスピードブースターを維持したいんですけど、なんかちょっとチャージがうまくいかなさそう。
If my controller would be nice to me, this would be great. Right now, it is very much choosing to be an absolute pain in the butt. Okay.
うまくチャージ状態にならない。いけましたね。
There we go.
ちなみに、このチャージ状態なんですけど、一定の角度以下の 斜面にぶつかった場合は、
You
シャインスパークを中断して、
and,
そのまま
get it unballed.
もう一度、
Okay.
チャージ状態に移行しま
These
す。
are
まあ、
these
さ
are
っ
way
き
harder than
ね、
they look. Actually, you know what? I
高い
take that
ところ
back.
の
They're as hard as they
ポットを
look.
取りに、ミサイルポット取りに行った時に
And they thought this was fine.
やってたんで、気づいてる方もいらっしゃると思いますが、
Okay, there we go. Session fire is fine.
まあ、あれを利用しないと取れないアイテムもありま
A
す。
surprisingly tight window. And this is gonna be the one I just kind of affectionately call the Kirby Mitz tank. Cause that jump has a 4-frame window. Which is similar to Mitz's in that series. I'm generally a Kirby runner. Of course, I'm gonna liken it to Kirby in some capacity. It's still a little too early.
いい感じに、
Alright, third time's a charm.
いい感じにジャンプしないと壁にぶつ
Nope,
かっ
that is
て
still too early.
消えちゃうので、
That's fine. We will get it. We kind of need to, or else we can't get 100%
ま
anyway.
あ、ゼロミッションは初代のリメイクなので、なんかもうみんな中身知ってるよねみたいな感じで、きっとこれぐらいならみんなやってくれるでしょうみたいにやってる可能性はあります。回収難しいのは。
Oh my god, why am I not getting it?
あ
If we got some messages in the moment, we'll get this.
We are only $100 away from big 2,500 milestone. You put that all toward
See, we got
the
it.
ー、取れました。やっと取れた。
Sordo incentive, and we'll be about halfway there.
いや、もうなんか単純にハイスピードを維持するとかよりも難しいやつですね、あれね。
He was popping off when we got there.
ちょうどいい
At least we
塩
got it.
梅の時でジャンプ。
Just touch
一
us a
番
bit.
大変なやつでは。
Yeah, you can also submit your favorite Narpus Sordo alternatives with
Yeah,
your
please,
donation.
yeah, please tell us. Wrong answers only. Anyways, I'm sorry I cut you off. Please continue.
No, that's okay. We do.
そんなとこ入れることある？
Isn't Narpus Sordo that one character?
ランダムになるやつだからって言ってさ、岩のあんな細い強い全部入ってくことないじゃん。そんなことあるみたいなとこに入ったんだけど。すごいなんか意外と入ってる。びっくり。
Thank you very
That was
much,
not what I
Blaze.
wanted, Lair. That's gonna be a bit of a.
そこねはミサイル
Anyways, tell me
ミ
more
サイ
about
ルポッ
this.
ト、多分最初のやつは取れない。諦めたのかな一回。なんか取れそうだった気がするんですけど、多分ちょっと操作を失敗したので次の機会に回したっぽいですね。
In between games.
You know what? I can see it. Yeah, unfortunately, if I miss that jump, it's a whole thing. I have to go all the way around the.
さあもう一回リトライ。
Normally, it's not that difficult, but it's fine. So, gotta go back through this room. You see it again, and this time, let's not fall.
Yes, and with your donation, I will include your piece of Narpus
さあ行きましたね。
Sordo in the Wikipedia article.
Let's go. let the editors just look at that like, what the heck happened?
Like, listen, he was like in a
さあ、
Disney
スミソも
cluster,
10発ですか。スミソって確かミサイルの5倍 ?5 倍ぐらい威力高いとかあった気がしますね。
No, yeah, Narpus Sordo, they were in one of the novels, and, like, he briefly meets...
さあ、いつも 2% とか見てるんで、ミサイルがこんなに潤沢にあるのはなかなか見ませんってなってます。128発もミサイル抱えてることなんてなかなか見ない気がします。
How about we get some lore behind Narpus Sordo so we can make a Wikipedia page? but I'm sure y'all could come up with some very fun comments, some very fun ideas.
Well, there's also the crossover.
で、さっきの目ん玉のボスがいると、目ん玉のボスじゃないや、さっきの目ん玉のやつがいると、その先は一応、ストーリーボスみたいなことになったはずなので、また、ボス戦が始まる気がしますね。
By the way, that is our third unknown item, the magic pancakes 8-8, the gravity suit, and now we are about to fight Ridley. So here's Ridley. He's a very streamy boy, as he does.
もうリドリーだ。リドリー来た。いつもの。まあ、ミサイルたくさんあるんで、なんか、出落ちみたいになってますね。
Yeah, Ridley does one thing. He does, Oh, he didn't drop any supers. That's unfortunate. Oh well, not a big deal. Anyways, we're almost done here. We have like one more item to grab, and then we're actually done with Ridley. We don't have to come here ever again. Actually, wait a minute. We have 2 items. I'm sorry, I lied slightly. Ooh, that was very.
そう、なんか、リドリーってあんなすぐ死ぬ敵だったっけって感じだったんですけど。
Known for his famous favorite weapon, the blaster. Okay, but do you know how little that.
まあ、あくまでね、ボスは、マザーブリーンですので。所詮はスペースパイレーツよという。
very fantastical swords. Dorpus blast. Okay, you know what? That's on me. I don't know what I was expecting. Okay, we are done here. We can leave Ridley's lair to its devices or whatever's left of them. I'm sure Ridley ain't gonna come back and be a problem later. Don't know why I did that. Don't ask about that statue. We don't know what happened there.
あ、超心臓が壊されている。誰が一
We're not
体。
doing anything here. We're just gonna be making our way back to Brinstar. So, just still any messages or any new lore pronunciations or whatever. Let's hear it.
Wait, hold on. I copied everything into a Google Doc. Okay,
Good.
to update it later. Mr. Shasta with $5 with a $5 donation, who says, "I think Narpus Sordo is one of the noble knights of King Arthur's Round Table. He swing a sword." That's also going to the Narpus Sordo run. So listen, we can't be giving away all this sweet Narpus Sordo lore for free.
Yeah, exactly. If you donate, ultimately we'll give you like more about the Dorpus Sordo lore.
Yeah, he'd be swinging a sword. Yes, thank you for your donation, Mr. Shasta.
Although we were holding that back. Why did you say that so early?
ちなみにもうフボール状態でもハイスピードというかシャインスパークは打てます。これで取るところもあるんですよっていうので、操作が忙しいんですよね。チャージして、その状態を維持して、すぐにもうフボールになって、任意の方向に位置合わせして、飛んでけーってするので。
Also, it helps us right now because ball sports are fun. We love shine sparks. But right now we are actually doing the cleanup phase for this section, for this area. And we're going to be grabbing almost everything. And I say that because, like, you would think, okay, well, does that mean you're coming back later to finish, like, maybe an item that you did afterwards? No, actually, we are going to be grabbing everything else we care about. And that's going to be kind of it. But don't worry about it. Anyways, get rid of that. I have to wait for that block to come back, but this brings us towards Warrior Suit. So it just kind of had to wait here. You see these little weird buds. If too many did on us, you saw that they drained Samus's health, and they did the same thing to other organisms. They basically just decay
敵を利用するギミックなんてあるんですね。なんかちょっとそんなギミックあったんだってなりましたけ
And
ど
we're
今。
gonna dip ourselves into the lava real quick. We don't care about
あ
anything
あ
else this does. We have way. We have
多分本来まだ取らないやつな気がする。
Getting all the health.
Yep, and
まあまだサウスは持ってるスーツがノーマルなので、
Do we have time for a couple more donations?
definitely.
この手の液体
So,
系ですね。
first up is
水中系のステージというか場所に行くと動きが鈍ります。
and also we have
確かジャンプ
Oasis.
力も下がりますね。
Oh boy. Who donating $20 who says, "Did you know Narpus Sorta was the first bounty hunter to use a lightsaber? Legend has it that he lifted it from Ki Adimundi after his clone troopers betrayed him. I totally got that name right, because I know Star Wars." Anyway, thank you both for your donations.
I love the pipeline of Narpus Sword, secret Star Wars.
さあこの機械は一体何なんだってなりますけど、見た目的にあれかな、なんかデータ収集機っぽいやつかな。
Anyways, for those who remember early,
まあ
way
突っ込んだらヤゴなのは分かってるんですけど、誰がこんなところにミサイルタンクとか置いたんだってなるやつですよね。
Yeah, we're finally doing that.
超人族の人たちなんでそんなところにミサイルタンク置いたん？
What we did here, we don't
土の中に埋まってるやつとかも逆になんでそんなことにみたいになりますしね。
instead of like a little bit in front of us. That's it. That's all it does.
さあビームの飛距離が伸びました。
Normally care too much about it, but we need it because it is part of the percentage.
で、ウェーブビーム手に入れてたやつがこれで本領発揮するようになりましたね。ウェーブビームワイドだと思ってたんですけど、ウェーブでした。ウェーブビームは、地形じゃないか、一応、貫通して飛んでく性質だってオブジェクト貫通するので、ロングビームと組み合わせることによって遠くの
Well, good thing. Yeah, now is
地
the
形とか
perfect
壊
time
しな
to
が
get
ら
all
進め
of
る
your
ようになりますね。
donations in if you want to see the Narpus Sordo incentive.
さあみんなこれが、タイトル回収ですね。メトロイドです。可愛いですね。
I'm getting so backed up with all the jokes. The Narpus Sordo.
まあ説明するとめちゃめちゃ、長くなるので簡単に言うと、すべての敵、すべての生命体のエネルギーを吸収して、殺すことができる宇宙最強生物です。
By the way, here's the Metroid.
なぜ生まれたかについての細かいところについては、メトロイドドレッドをプレイいたしましょう。
Standard ones. Hopefully they will drop supers like that, so I can keep using those on them.
綺麗にね、フュージョンから始まったというか、まあ初代から始まったメトロイドとフュージョンから出てきた、謎の生命体 X に対する
Oh my god.
すべての謎は、メトロイドドレッドで完
Narpus
結し
Sordo
ま
was
す。
Ridley's trainer who introduced him to space creatine and got him disqualified from the
ちなみにエネルギーを
Interstellar
吸収してくるので、今みたいなことにされますね。
Wow.
まあ究極最強生物なので、銀河一最強なんですけど、唯一の弱点として、軽音に弱いという弱点があるので、アイスビームぶつけると死にます。
You'll understand why in a second.
設定を知ってる人からまあ、見ると多分あれだろうなっていう唯一の弱点作っとかないと、まあちょっと処理がね大変なんだろうなみたいな、多分そういうあれですね。
The D-pad just decided.
凍らせたメトロイドってちょっとシャーベット状みたいで美味しそうな気もするんですけど、
That was very awkward. Can't wait for the Norpus boss battle in Prime 4.
なんかどっかコラボカフェかどっかでなんかいい感じに反シャーベット状のゼリー状のメトロイドみたいなのをお待ちしてます。
Do not actually from chat.
Yeah, no, don't.
さしからびたゼーベスがたくさんいますが、このなんかバルタン星人みたいなやつがゼーベス星人ですね。メトロイドサムスの持っている、モーフボールの、技術を再現しようとして、複雑骨折したりとか、敵モブとしてかなり悪役の設定なんですけども、 ことあるごとにメトロイドにエネルギーを吸収されたり、本拠地の惑星が爆破されたりするかわいそうな人たちです。さあ、もうこのステージに来たということは、これはマザーブレイン戦が始まるやつですね。さあ、マザーブレイン脳みそですね。まあ、やることは基本的にアンチに陣取って目ん玉攻撃すればいいので。一応なんかここ当然簡単に立ってるように見えるんですけど、なんかここの位置調整結構大変らしいですね。聞いた話によると。さあ、マザーブレイン倒しましたんで、いつものことですね、脱出しましょうね。爆発するみんな逃げろ、惑星ゼービスが爆発するということで逃げましょうね。ちなみに、ここで衝撃の真実が発覚しますが、まだあとね、30分近くあるんですね、このゲームね。EST30 分を巻くなんて、30分も巻くなんてすごいということに、ならないんですね。第1部完でございます。第2部があります、このゲーム。まあね、第2部が始まるというところでね、ちょうど気分もいいので、ここでそろそろ司会進行も交代となりますので、まあ、ここまでね、ありがとうございました。はい、というわけで、第2部スタートですね。外に待ち構えていた人たちに、撃墜されて、別の惑星に不時着です。というわけで、では、さらばです。ということで。じゃあねー。
Roughly 2/3 through this, actually.
Okay. Well, I think is that enough time to read some donations?
Yes.
Yes, we have another one from Sinar Coyote donating $20 who says, Narpus Sordo Holiday Special.
はい、おはようございます。こっから司会私、
Oh no, I
天
really
気で
love
お送りいた
I
しま
really
す。
love that like opera number he did. There was a lot of dancing and a lot of like
メトロ
interpretive
イドの知
dance,
識、
which you
作
really
品
wouldn't
自体やった
expect
ことない
from
です
a
が、
holiday
スマ
special.
ブラでサムスおよび
As
ゼロ
somebody who
ス
has
サムスお
definitely
よび
seen
リドリー
videos
を
talking
存在を知っ
about
ているっていうだけの知
what's
識
being
なんで、
referenced,
チャットの有識者さん
they
にちょっと
certainly
おんぶ
were
抱っこ
made that
されながら、
exists.
ちょっと見届けたいと思います。おっと、ゼロスサムス
But yes, this game actually does add more content on top of the original. In the original game, that would have actually been it. The escape sequence is the final part
ゼ
of
ロ
the
ス
game.
サムス自体はスマブラ
In this
X が
one,
初登場でして、
they shoot
普
you
通の
down
サムス
and you
の
crash
切り
land
札
back
で
on
スーツ
Zebes. That's okay.
切り札の反動でスーツが脱げました。でも切り札でまたサムスに戻れますみたいな感じだった気がします。スペシャルでもそれぞれ別キャラ扱いになったような気がします。
But short version that happens. We now have to sneak a way through because otherwise these we can't actually hurt them. We have a pistol that, as Samus herself has put it, is relatively useless. It stuns things and that's it. That's all I can do. Ooh, I'm surprised he didn't jump towards me. That normally doesn't work that way.
この銃のやつがパラライザーだっけ？スマブラ NB。
This is basically the quote-unquote Metal Gear segment. The actual lore. So there's actually lore behind this, and the supposed lore is Samus's confidence got shaken up by the whole thing that just happened, and that's why she can't get. But without that, she can't really do anything to them, understandably.
で、低いとこは報復前
I
進。
see we hit 2500. Let's go. I'm gonna just trying to make sure they don't see me and just jump up. Jump up. Don't be scared.
だいぶご利用してるなっていうか。登れるんだ。
Oh, we're halfway to find out who Norpus Sordo is. Let's go. But yeah, this is not. Hopefully, there won't be too much happening here. So this is a great time for messages as Samus tries to sneak
これ
around
は
and
仕様なのかな、
hopefully
壁抜けかなと
bounce
思ったけど、
real
普通に
cards.
マップだったな。
Hopefully, yeah. Let me just refresh real quick. There we go. Adalor.
次の目的地は何？あうん。まあちょっと画面戻っちゃった今。ちょっと待ちましょうか。
Are going to take a quick tech break just to refresh some things a little bit. We want to make sure that, I mean, it's a speed run. We want to get as many frames as possible. And we're just going to have a little time together, and I'm going to read off the donation. Adalor donates $25, who says, "Behold, 2,500! Yes! Oh, can I get some 2,500s in chat? We made it. $2,500.
しばらくお待ちくださいってことで。
And, while I'm taking my little coffee break, you can pay our friends at Dragon Roast Coffee a visit as you watch Fastest Furs Fall Fest 2025 and get yourself some beans to keep you energized. While shopping, enter the promo code FALLFEST at checkout for 10% off your order. Dragon Roast is also thrilled to offer 2 Fall Fest exclusives that will only be available during the marathon. Their Pixel Perfect Coffee Roast and a Fall Fest 2025 custom tumbler. Dragon Roast Coffee will donate $5 to Trans Lifeline per bag of Pixel Perfect sold during the event and $15 for every Fall Fest tumbler. Please visit their website, www.dragonroast.coffee, or use the command !coffee in chat for a direct link to our event store. Number go up, up, up. It's our moment. Yes, I'm familiar with K-pop Demon Hunters. Right, we're in the middle of our Metroid Zero mission run. And coming up afterwards, we have Unleashed Recompiled and Sonic Adventure for our little Sega break. Okay, emceeing, we have a couple more donations coming in. And again, use this tech break to get more of your sweet, sweet Narpus Sordo lore. And Snowy Tasha donates $5 and says, Narpus Sword, isn't that not a real password? Thank you for your donation, and it is a real password, and it is the best Star Wars character. Yes, Sordo lore, or Slore, as we call it. And I just want you to know that Team Fastest Furs wants you to know that all revenue from Twitch subscriptions and cheered bits received during this weekend's event will support our events now and into the future. Please consider subscribing now to get our Fastest Furs emotes featuring the always adorable PB the Cheetah. And don't forget to check and see if you have your free Twitch Prime Gaming sub available too.
今回非常に解説の急遽リストリームやることになったんで、結構解説スカスカです。有識者いらっしゃいましたら応募もしくはチャットのアシストご協力お願いいたします。私たちが助かります。1日目の分、今回のメトロイドゼロミッション、アンリーチュでレコンプライド、オールナイトステージで次、ソニックアドベンチャー、スーパーモンキーボール DS までが1日目になります。で、1日目、一応予定としては3時前ですね。が終わってからちょっと1回配信を止めまして、で、日本時間午後11時ですね、23時ね。 からまた2日目の配信が始まります。こちらも解説全然来てないんで、ご応募お待ちしてます。
Calls to Trans Lifeline are fully anonymous, confidential, and use informed consent when connecting to resources outside of the hotline. Operating in both the US and Canada, Trans Lifeline needs our help to meet the ongoing demand for their services, and we hope you consider joining us in supporting their life-saving work by using the command !donate in chat. For more information, please visit www.translifeline.org. And if you want to check your social media during this break, Blue Sky is now the exclusive home of Fastest Furs on social media. Use the command !Blue Sky in chat now for a link to our account and drop us a follow for event highlights, community updates, and more. Now you're making me want a PB&J sandwich. Well, you know, I mean, it's night, so maybe get yourself like a PB&J sandwich and a glass of warm milk. And, you know, have yourself a nice little snack. Cozy up in your little blanket. PB and Jilk, oh, that is absolutely cursed. Yeah, PB&J and milk is a go-to lunch. Yeah. Of course, knowing me, I need a bit more protein, but PB&J is delicious. Do you pour your milk onto your sandwich or dunk the sandwich into the milk? I'm going to choose to ignore that. And, you know, I'm going to read our donations instead of chat right now. First up, we got Toolbox, who donates $10 and says, Narpus Sordo was that one mercenary who used a sword to defeat some guy in the gungeon and free the... Wait, wrong game. Yeah, sorry about that. But, you know, listen, we are a very welcoming community at Team Fastest Furs. You can join our Discord. You know, if you have an Enter the Gungeon speed run or you want to learn how to run it, we have a very welcoming community. Thank you for donation. And Bolt GS Raven donates $25. Says, hello from the Slightly Furry tap room in Seattle. Looking forward to the Sonic Block and best of luck on all the runs. Thank you both for your donations. And that is true. If you happen to be watching Fastest Furs Fall Fest 2025 from the Seattle, Washington area, we've got a fun idea for you. Our friends at Slightly Furry Beverage Company are hosting a Fall Fest 2025 watch party and donation drive at their tap room this weekend during their normal operating hours. You can watch Fall Fest in person and enjoy a great assortment of drinks and snacks, all in an openly queer and furry environment. As a special bonus, our planned run of Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts on Saturday night by Killing Pepsi will be live from their tap room. We hope you consider supporting Slightly Furry and Packing House if you are able. For more information, please visit www.slightlyfurry.com. I am trying to catch up with chat, reading your questionable sandwich takes. Let me just check on the status of our Narpus Sordo run. We are 3/5 of the way there to our Narpus Sordo run incentive. We have been memeing about him all run long, making up stuff. So it's only fair that we get the rest of the way there. And Lady Galaga, ready with the party of 36. Welcome, welcome to Fastest Furs. Now, we are on a bit of a tech break, trying to cram in as many frames as we can. We want to catch all the frames of this wonderful Zero mission run that we've got going on. And again, when making a donation, don't forget to assign it to an incentive or a bid war. This option will be visible while filling in your donation and helps make the marathon the best it can be. You can check out all of our current incentives and their progress anytime by heading to fastestfurs.com and clicking on the incentive button. So currently up, we do have the Narpus Sordo incentive bonus run.
割りっぱなしもちょっとあれなんで、まあちょっとか今のうちに軽くストレッチとかやっても良いのでは。ちょくちょく休憩挟んだ上でのご視聴お願いいたします。
You got a bunch here. First up, we got Ian Keith, the $5 donation, who says, "Isn't Narpus Sordo that little stick you put in your sandwich to hold it together so that it tastes better?" You know what? I'm calling it that from now on. Yeah, those little like plastic, those Narpus Sordos. You don't know what they're called. He could be right. And we also have Bursic with a $5 donation who says, "PB&J and milk, more like PB and pilk. I prefer my lunch alliterative." Listen, as you're eating, that's fine by me. And we have Professor Wolf with a $50 donation toward the character bid war. Aye. Excited to see the Sonic Adventure run. All right, and thank you all for your wonderful donations so far. And I am getting word from our producers that we are ready to start up again. So Queen Beam, whenever you're ready.
Queen Beam, I love it. So yeah, internet decided it wanted to stop this, and no, we're not doing that. So let's continue this in 3, 2, 1. All right, unpause.
Hi.
So yeah, we were trying to do this stealth section, and then apparently we were too stealthy for our internet, and our internet decided to just do a thing. But that's fine. We're dead. We're dead. Nothing can stop us. It can try, but there's very few things that can stop Samus Aran, and thus, yeah, she's just gonna keep on running through here. Anyways, in the meantime, that's okay. See, no problem. Anyways, in the meantime, has there been any update on Norpus Sordo? Unfortunately, I've missed any like new lore tidbits.
Let's see. For lore tidbits, Narpus Sordo is also the name of that little sword you stick in sandwiches to keep them together. But as far as our incentive goes, we're over 3/5 of the way there. So just $200 more.
いかにも一石みたいな感じのフィールドに来ました。
That incentive happen.
Oh, I actually did that too well. I was supposed to wait a second, and I didn't. Whoops. That's fine. That makes this a little more interesting.
いや、追っかけてきてる。
Ow. So just gonna jump up here. I'm gonna shoot that, and oh, no one's here. Huh? Imagine that. All right. All right.
うまく巻いたようだ。
Okay. I'm gonna just reset this room real quick. That's the faster way to do it.
I feel like a donation incentive for the next live event we do should be we make Ian Keith eat the peanut butter and pilk sandwich.
Oh.
怖っした。
I hate that. I feel like you could probably get plenty of people that would actually do that would be happy to donate.
You brought it up, and yeah, yes, we probably could get quite a bit. You know, it's the live environment.
ドライブは
Exactly.
壊せるけど、敵はこの武器銃だ
Wait a
と
second, hold
し
on.
ばらく動きを止めることしかできないみたいな感じですかね。
Marlick
その辺はちょっとスマ
donating
ブラが原作再現の部分なんだなってちょっと関
says
心
on
をしています。
behalf of the Lady Galaga community, good money for a great cause. Keep up the good work. And if our tech team, shout out to our tech team by the way, is doing their math right, I believe we met the incentive.
Very unfortunate hit by that pirate, but that's okay. Also, let's go.
めっちゃ追っかけてきとるやん。
So what is the Northwest Sordo lore that we did for that one?
ロサムあんま使わないから
very much, Marlick, for your
コン
wonderful
ボが
donation
あんまり把握し
and
て
the
きて
Lady
いないの
Galaga
し
community for your generous raid,
申
bringing
し
your
訳ない。
community here. It's for a great
パ
charity.
ラライザ視点とかのあったりすんのかな。
And I think I have to invent some lore for him now.
Well, you got time.
Yeah. Narpus Sordo was once so good at the blaster, he beat General Grievous in a duel.
That's impressive.
Yeah.
The little thing you put on pizza so the cheese doesn't stick to the box. That's not Northwest Sordo. That's Sordo Table. Did it
うわ
right.
いかにもこうなんか古代エジプトとかこんな感じの壁がありますよね。
Just so like if there's an incentive to name a Lapras Sordo.
Please, this must continue.
なんか一枚の真ん中の絵だけなんかなんか違くねみたいな感じはしますが。
Anyways, so
あ、
yeah,
なん
we
だショー
got
トヘア
ourselves
幼い頃
some
の。
ruins. Officially, this boss is called the God of War, and his whole thing is test Samus's resolve, so she can get her confidence back, get her groove back, as you will. Unofficially, we call him Charlie. I don't know why. Shoutouts to Charlie, I guess. But I don't know the lore behind that. I wish I did, because I feel like it's probably kind of funny. That or it's like, oh yeah, we just tried to call him Charlie because it was funny, and that was it. But this whole thing, we had to hit these symbols. We need to keep moving as well, or else we get electrified. And during the final phase of it, that happens anyways. These can be very badly lined up on us. So sometimes he doesn't like cooperating. Hopefully he will soon.
模様変わったタイミングでチャージショット。
Okay, we got it.
あ、撃った撃った。
What is going on? A
Get up?
magical girl transformation sequence. That's what's about to go on. See?
お、スーツ、パウドスーツだ。
Help everyone think for all that you guys do to help people, of course, and thank you for your donation again.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's the Varia suit. Huh. I never told Rabin that, but the name says we have it. Sure. This is also canonically why we have
はい、
the
というわ
giant
けで
shoulder
パウドスーツを
pads.
取り戻しました。
The lore that someone just decided to do it. Love that for them. Yeah, by the way, now we can fight the space pirates, and they don't really have a chance, if I'm being honest. As you can see, they're just kind of done
え、そん
now.
なに貴重なものなんだ。
It's environmental storytelling.
Exactly. Did it really? Okay. That is incredibly mean. That is incredibly bad. That's just fine though. we'll just keep going. So we're gonna do this. This sequence is also very much Samus is about to just basically do running and gunning like she's playing Contra. So we got plenty of time for more messages and more Norpus Sword Art lore.
Well, you know, now we can get people to use their Narpus Sordo lore to get in on the Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll character bid war. It is a dead heat between Baby and II, but it's still anybody's game.
So I believe in II.
ボカンがボッカンってよく言うじゃないですか。
Alternately, if you want to make shots to fry, you can keep Baby. I don't know. By the way, they didn't see us this time, so we don't have to worry about anything with that. But now we can just wrap this for free. Otherwise, there would be a pirate just kind of running around down here. We just do this.
今これ何集めて？多分
I'm seeing a call for
100% カテゴリーだから集めなきゃいけないやつですかね、これ。
Who's your favorite Glup Sordo? That's a different character.
Yeah, Glup Sordo is Narpus Sordo's evil twin sister. She has, like, you know, the typical evil goatee and everything because Narpus Sordo's species, you know, everyone can grow a goatee. Also, for Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll, we have the Upgrade to All Worlds incentive now live at $750. So I don't think we have any Narpus Sordo lore that can contribute toward that, but we appreciate your donations toward Trans Lifeline all the more.
Nope. There we go. The Glup Sword. I feel like what if I wrought?
The Glup Sordo Labubu got canceled because it leaked critical lore. Yeah, you got to keep that thing under wraps. What are the monkeys doing? The monkeys are in a ball. They're super monkeys.
Yeah.
And you're touching and rolling.
Hope that helps.
下火サムスの下火
Also, fun little bit here. So
Super Monkey Ball Narpus and Sordo. Oh God.
Speaking of like Star Wars things, I don't know what these enemies actually are. In my mind, I just kind of call them Daunt droids as well. They kind of look like a Daunt droid, if I'm being honest. They kind of look like a Daunt droid and they quack like a Daunt droid. They probably are a Daunt droid, except it's Metroid, so they're not Daunt droids.
Or like those enemies in the shield enemies
この
in
ビリビリ
Mega
しながら回って
Man,
飛
where
ぶ
I
やつ
thought
って
they were
作り
just
アタッ
like
クか
eye
な
statues for the longest time, and then I like actually took a good look at them. I was like, oh wait a second.
作りアタックはスマブラでも使ってたから知ってます、
Oh, you're talking about the medals? I think they're called.
Yeah.
Love those things. Love those things. They're really adorable for what they are. By the way, if you set things up in the right way, they will. Friendly fire is on for the space pirates, so they can accidentally attack their own, and they one-shot their own. It turns out.
現代界最強の存在になってしまう
Just weird things in case you're wondering, like. Yeah, the space pirates have a weird way of just kind of hoisting themselves repeatedly. Anyways, you've wondered why we've been doing this weird long run around. The very short version is we need power bombs. That's how we're gonna get out of this area and clean everything else up, because there's still some items we don't actually have yet. So we're gonna make our way in here. This is actually really close to where the end of the game actually is. There's only like a few runes if we were to kind of keep going that way. But instead, you see this one, they're gonna just take their power bomb and go home. Unfortunately, it's me. I'm here. I'm in their home and I'm taking their power bomb. Also, slight flash warning, because there will be a flash every time I do these, and we're gonna be using a good number of these. So yeah, power bombs. They're very powerful, as the name would imply. Reduce the plant temperatures. Honestly, like, if you think it's kind of funny for this one, like, honestly, look at, like, the stands in, like, Metroid Prime. They are something else. Like, there's one where it's talking, where, like, trying to replicate her technology, they try to replicate the Morph Ball to unfortunate results, we'll say. I think that's the nicest way I can put it. That won't sound too bad. Needless to say, yeah, don't try to replicate Morph Ball. It's very difficult. Or you're Powerbomb 1 fan or Powerbomb 2 believer. Okay, but what about Powerbomb 3?
I love the good old-fashioned Batista bomb.
I'm not familiar with that one.
It's where Dave Batista, aka Drax from Guardians of the Galaxy, just gets on top of his shoulders and then just slams you into the ground.
くぐれたんかいさっきの。
I'm not familiar with that. That would explain why I haven't heard of it.
Fair enough.
Also, Metroid 10. Metroid 10 crawl. You didn't see earlier? You didn't see earlier? Metroid can very much crawl. Just not in the suit. This dude's very bulky. It's hard to crawl in the suit. You know how it is.
Powerbomb, that awesome song by the Runaways?
Sure.
You know, hello daddy, hello mom, I'm your power bomb.
You know what, that works. Also, I forgot to do one thing, so we're gonna go real quickly back over here so I can dip my power bombs back. I kind of need them. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to do what I actually came out here for.
何個集め、いや違う、いやどっちにせよ全部か。
Ow. That's fine. But yeah, this stage was to be best known though as, you know how if you have like a pet, you know how sometimes they're like, I want to go outside, I want to go outside, I want to go outside, and then they get outside and like 2 seconds later they're like, I want to go inside actually. Yeah, this is what Samus is doing, and you know what, she's part, you know, part Chozo, so she's like part bird. It
パパボムタン
tracks.
ク拾いました。さてまた。
It tracks. Yeah, we go outside, get our fresh air, we go back inside, got a extra power bombs. And now we're gonna be making our way back up and out, and we're gonna do another proud Metroid tradition, thanks to Super Metroid and everything. So you know how there's always that one spot where there's like a glass tube or whatever, we gotta like blow it up. Yeah, we're gonna be doing that now. There was a glass tube we saw earlier, and now we have the way to break it. Of course, we are doing more running and gunning still. So if there's still any messages or lore or thoughts on like II or Baby or Don Don or maybe oh geez, I'm trying to remember like some of the other names. Anyways, if there's messages, this is a great time for them as I'm about to break this tube wide open.
今の壁抜
Remember,
け
you
か
can't, yes, exclamation point donate in chat to get the link to donate. Again, our current open incentives are the character bid war and upgrade to all worlds for Super Monkey Ball touch and roll.
Very unfortunate there, I transported in the wrong direction. That's okay. So I'm gonna take this anyways, I was gonna be doing it regardless. But now we'll just, I have to do this the long way. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oh, no, I did not want to do that. That's fine. Now we can do it.
No,
And there we go.
All right, and remember,
Super right back up.
if everyone currently watching donates
$1,
you get to hear me read in Vamp for a very long time, but we'd also
すげえ、めっちゃ飛んだ。
hit $3,000. Also, thank you, Lemming Runs, rating us in. Welcome to Fastest First Fall Fest 2025. Please enjoy your stay.
These enemies are kind of mean. And there's several of them, but there we go. And now we're close to actually getting ourselves out to Sodia, because this is one of the last things we grab currently, but we will be doing a little bit of cleanup on our way out. Also, here's this fun room. It looks like a maze. There ain't a whole lot to it, though. Maybe it's just me having done this a bunch, so we're gonna grab those. And if you're wondering why I've been on supers for a while, I'm gonna need them very soon. I'm gonna be going on some very familiar territory very, very soon here, so we're gonna run through this door. And, oh look, we're actually back to Frateria.
That's like such a satisfying experience when you finally loop back around on the first area in a search action game, trying to, you know, make the preferred terminology stick.
スイッチでもビームが撃てるんだ。
I'll be honest, I'm still very Team Metroidvania, but I understand why search actions kind of become more of a term.
Yeah, I mean, we could probably get a Hollow Knight-like.
Thank you for making me crumble in the dust at the idea that somebody's gonna call this a self-sunk light.
Oh, that wouldn't be the first.
Also, it made that look
そう、
really
拾った影響なのか、
easy.
めちゃ
That
く
is
ちゃ
a
チカチ
pretty
カ光って
complicated
るサ
game.
ムスが見れますね。
Oh, I see I see the mention of the meme, Criteria, Cafeteria. I love that image. I love that image where it's like Sam is in the rain, and then Cafeteria where it's like Samus gets a meal, feeds, has like little ants parasites for the baby. It's great. Anyways, we're back to the Turian. Looks like it's seen better days though. I'm sure it's
だっ
fine.
てどんどん下が
Don't
ると
worry about it. Also, even though we have gravity suit and so we don't take lava damage, here's the thing. It very explicitly says lava damage. It said nothing about acid. So this lemon lime Kool-Aid stuff, yeah, it's very spicy. And then we're gonna do the space boost all the way back across, hopefully not lose it. I lost it. Okay. we love the pipeline of do trick, mess up, reattempt. This is fine. We're gonna PB and find it and nothing else. That's fine. We do it again.
Waiting for an indie horror game to explode in popularity, and then old school RE gets called an insert game here, like Resident Evil, or at least the first from 0 to Code Veronica, are search action games at their core.
So suddenly reminded of the Calvin and Hobbes meme where it's like there's two types of things. Despite being this game is actually why.
Menu or parkour.
タンクが
We
拾
do
うの
have, we can get a dollar train rolling from an anonymous viewer donating $1 to the Upgrade All Worlds incentive, just doing my part to help get to 3K. Joining the $1 train from Twitch chat. Who's with me?
I'd like to see it. Come on. I know you got it in you. Anyways, fun little fact here. So you remember the start of the game where Samus was making a lot of noises as she was kind of like running around, going down. Yeah. So fun fact. That was the path that led down here. There we are. We're back to the start of the game, y'all. Let's go.
色合いのせいでなんか
go around and do the little bits of cleanup that we
ヨッシーを
couldn't do
違う
before.
マ
Now,
リオを背負
especially
っているヨッ
with
シーに
there
た
was one
まに
item
見
we
えなく
actually
も
couldn't
な
get
い。
before now. So we're only dipping here briefly. We only need there's only like 3 items that we don't have yet. And you remember this one where I had to do that diagonal jump? Yeah, we can just do this instead, and it's so much nicer. I don't have to worry about anything. And same for the acid. So we're gonna do this. I'm gonna time this bomb, hold down, and then okay, that's fine. We will just go back up the way we came. Sometimes accidental diagonal tells you otherwise. You know how it is.
We have a $5 donation from Lunao, who also towards the Upgrade All Worlds incentive. Thank you very much for your donation.
Okay, I saw the remark about how much this takes from Silson, and I'm just saying, listen. Listen.
おそらく終盤かな、時間的に。
Sometimes I get head empty in the evening. It's a very hollow night for me.
I hate that I didn't hear that in his voice.
だから死ぬにすな。
Well, I mean,
Anyways,
you know,
fun fact.
Sonic Mega is also the voice of Narpus Sordo.
He would be. He would be. Unabashedly, even.
うわ、怖っ。
But yeah, the save room there actually has a handy little way to get in, back into North Air.
これでも集合したい、集合体恐怖症にちょっと出てきたらちょっとびっくりしちゃいますね。
See, also, like, who has any voice? There's a joke I would have made, and I can't make that joke anymore because he actually has the voice. He actually has the voice, so I can't make that joke. I'm not gonna say anything more than that. If you know, you know. What was I doing there?
Jigger, that is
a flood and all that. Okay, we'll try that again.
Jigger, that is a good point. This is like a survival horror game more than it is like a search action game, especially in the beginning.
Honestly, Metroid kind of just does that.
Yeah.
Like shoutouts to Fusion especially. Fusion and Dread are both like real, like even heavier into that kind of theme.
いや、めっちゃ飛ぶやん。
I'm sorry, did I just see The Legend of Zelda, the Majora's Sword? No. I am saying it gives me a sense of Metroid Dread. What are you gonna make of it?
なんでタンクを拾って
Alright, hopefully we can have a little bit more consistency on these and just make our way right back out the way we came now.
もう一個拾って
Also gonna be making sure, yep, we are good on our item counts. I don't have to worry now. But I do need this block back because otherwise I can't speed boost. Good. Atmospheric action adventure platformer collectathon featuring Hornet from Devil May Cry. What?
Spoilers.
And Knuckles. You spoiled everything. You spoiled it all now. Now there's no surprises for anyone. But yeah, at this point, we are actually making our way back out towards Criteria, aside from like a small detour we'll be making. So we're just gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of the same, and honestly, we got a lot of time for messages right now.
All right, let me bring some up. Give myself a good stretch. Good. Ooh. A sip of coffee. First up, we have Starwind X9 with a $10 donation who says, with so many great worlds, how can I pick a favorite? Guess we need to do all worlds. You know what? I know. Why limit ourselves? upgrade to all
ま
worlds.
だまだ貯めていく。
And, up, and,
Please, you want to see all worlds.
いや、バーニング、本当に飛んでくな。
and up next we have Murby with a donation of 69.69. Nice. Who's throwing his money toward Gongon in the character bid war and says, Gongon is a meme. Therefore, this donation is a meme. Let's go, Gongon. Also, it's NorCal
Let's go,
World.
ガンガン。
Obvious.
ガンガン行こうぜってことですか。
Obviously. And last but not least, we have Cypress with $100 donation going toward the Upgrade All Worlds incentive and says, hey, I love trains. Give me a whole bunch of tickets to that train and I'm going to need the whole car. Nice to see Fall Fest kicking off this year. Looking forward to watching this weekend. As for the genre discussion, Metroidvanias are parkour, but you can get lost. And thank you all for your donations. That put us just over, I believe, $3,000. Hold on, let me... Yes, I'm getting word that does put us at 3K. So, yes, get hype, everyone. Thank you all for your donations. Trans Lifeline is very much going to appreciate your generosity. And of course, the team Fastest Furs always is happy to see both our runners and the community coming together to help others.
By the way, just based on her donation, then would that mean Don requires aid?
I am going to say, I mean, Gongon's a thick, you know, he's the buff one, so I don't imagine he requires too much aid. But maybe that means he's more reticent to ask for it, so who knows?
Well, you know how it is. You did buy with a little help from your friends and all that.
Yeah. Mystery Trans Lifeline Theater 3000.
Marshmallow Paul, my beloved. Still easily like a top meme from last Fall Fest. But yeah, this whole thing, I have to go super out of the way for precisely one power bomb. Because unfortunately we need all the things, and that means we also need all of that. Shoutouts to the fact that there's a category extension for this game called 99%. It is exactly what it sounds like. You get 99% of the items instead of 100%. There's a couple of reasons for this. One, sometimes you just forget an item, you still want to submit your now failed 100% run. The other reason is getting all the items actually makes the final boss harder. So because of that, the final boss will actually have roughly triple the health and does triple the damage. If I didn't have everything, the fight ends in like 6 supers. I just kind of immediately defeat the boss. But because I am grabbing everything, the boss instead takes 18 super missiles and does 150 damage per hit when it does the floss wipe. So that is the other cave out of 100 of 100%. You actually get a harder fight. That said, it's still Mecha Ridley. It's still a clanky. It's still a very squeaky boy, because for some reason those things do not have enough grease in them. But now that we got that, we're going to be going back into the ship and getting our last couple of items. The first will be yet another power bomb. In fact, it'll be our last one, and then finally our final energy tank, which is a whole thing that can be best described as are you familiar with Flappy Bird by chance?
Yes.
It's basically Flappy Bird. That's the way they intend for you to get it. We're not going to get it that way, because that's a pain in the butt.
Alright, do we have time for some donations?
Definitely.
Yeah, so first up, Dragon Roast Coffee donates $110 for the Upgrade to All Worlds incentive. They say, this is Sal from Dragon Roast, and Super Monkey Ball was a childhood obsession of mine, and I'm thrilled to see it on today's
スーパーモン
lineup.
キーボールっていう言
I'm
い方
voting
な
to
んだ
see the
ね。
all worlds. It's voting to see all the worlds. So we're doing in all the things. Little side tangent today. Also, great runs today all around. Let's raise more money for Trans Lifeline. Thank you so much for your generous donation. And I think, yes, you can use the command !coffee in chat to get a direct link to our store. And we also have a $25 donation from Frozen Mariah Carey, also to the Upgrade to All Worlds incentive, who says, hey, could you use one of those power bombs near me? It helps with the thawing. See you soon, everybody. Mariah Carey.
I'll think about it.
She gets unthawed earlier and earlier every year, it seems. It's not even Halloween.
Well, you know how it is. You don't want, she doesn't want a lot for Halloween. I don't actually remember the lyrics, so I can't really, like, continue that joke, sadly.
and I know what she wants for Christmas, but unfortunately I am taken.
Shame.
で、これはなんだなんだ
Honestly, no. She will defrost eventually. It can wait.
Well, you know, it's global warming.
That is a way to put it.
脱出も近い感じかな
So I am going to take a quick check on our bid wars and our Super Monkey Ball touch
しれっと
and
壁抜けしたよう
roll
な気が
incentives.
する
So for the character bid war, currently Gongon is in the lead with 69.69. Nice. And we are about a third of the way through to upgrade to all worlds.
Yeah. By the way, this whole thing's terrible. They actually expect you to Flappy Bird your way across all of that. We don't do that. I don't do that. I'm just gonna speed boost across it because that is way easier. But we're actually coming up on the final boss here, so gonna open this door and switch to supers, and you're just gonna hear him coming.
ここ通れるんだ
By the way, I saw the bit about it. Wants a Mew. She wants a Mew. I wouldn't mind a Mew either. Mew's adorable. Anyways, here's Mecha Ridley. He's a very loud still, but because of mechanical reasons. Okay, we definitely have.
これリドリーさんですか
Definitely not the fight proper here, so just gonna jump over these. I'm gonna wait for that claw swipe, and then I'm gonna pump more missiles into the chest.
なんか見たことあるような気がするんですけど
And now we have to worry about potentially getting hit by other things, like bad timing with claw swipes and missiles, like we're getting twice in a row right now. But we got plenty of supers. We'll be fine, honestly. Okay, you are being really consistently mean with those. Okay, we're gonna be fine. It is thankfully not as loud as Fusion Ridley. Fusion Ridley is basically Nintendo Alarma before Nintendo Alarma existed. Thankfully, we should be like a couple hits from finishing this. Timu Ridley. Yep, there he goes. And he shuts down. Unfortunately, he has a self-destruct sequence thing. So here we go. It is time to get out of here. We're done. We're
ね
done.
この
Time
下
to
好きに
go.
撃破してました
Time to be Ridley of
あ
this
カウントダウン
place.
始まってますね脱出パートかなこれ
So we probably have just enough time for like maybe one last message as we get ourselves out. But time will be coming up pretty soon.
Okay, and remember, Save the Animals is not one of the incentives, but again, we do have the character bid war going on and the upgrade to all worlds incentive for Super Monkey Ball Touch and Roll. So exclamation point, donate in chat to get them in.
We're actually getting really close to hopefully having our probably the best ball spark in the run. Provided I don't mess it up. So let's see here. First we'll get this up. That was awkward. Just gonna move you into the wall so you won't be in my way. And let's see if we did this. That's okay. Now we have to set up anyways. Okay, here goes the chain. Got it. And we just did like the rest of this sequence pretty much. Alright, time will be coming up once I get into the ship behind this door.
動物語も読めなかった。
And time.
おあ、脱出しましたね。はい、グッドゲーム。
I'm gonna be honest, that run could have definitely been better. But again, we're here to PB for fun. We're here to PB and fun.
35分49です。これで無事脱出ってことでよろしいですか？
In fact, you know what? I will save those for after the incentive because we do have an incentive run still. We have that Norpus Sorter thing that we.
Oh.
So.
おめでとうございます。
With that in mind, I didn't actually get sorted in that light right now, so I could go through this whole thing and let the credits play, but that's fine. I'm gonna let's go ahead and get into it, and I'm just gonna sort it over.
Yes, we're getting lots of GGs all around.
And hopefully our internet doesn't decide to try to have a moment. But we're going to get into this.
もうちょっとインゲームタイム換算のプレイ時間あったような気がするんですけど。SRC ときこれ見せんのかな？パスワード？なんかあるの？パスワード。
Alright. There we go. So so now we have a run where we're going to be doing none of the things. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So what this password does is if you missed it earlier, this password gives us every item in the game.
ショーケースかな？
As you can see, we didn't just freeze things. We have Ice Beam. It also gives me infinite health.
何が違うんだろう？なんかあれ？なんかサムスの雰囲気がなんか全体的に雰囲気がなんか可愛くなってるような。
We also have missiles even though it doesn't look like we have anything. And because of that, we can just kind of
可愛いな。おまけで初代のメトロイドが遊べる。へえ、そんなファンサービスが。
We don't have to worry about them. They can chill. They can chill. They're nothing. It's fine. Instead, we're just gonna be climbing our way up this giant vertical room. Making our way to.
ちょっとバグとかは違うけどなんだろう。メトロイドが遊べるバグみたいな言い方ような。星のカービィスターライズの星のカービィが遊べるバグに通ずるものがあるようなないような。
Okay, one more door.
なんかこんな感じで登ってくる脱出パートあったなっていう。私はスマブラデラッ X のアドベンチャーでなんかめちゃくちゃ登ったなっていう記憶はあるんですが。
Yeah, pretty much. Metroid for the Nintendo Entertainment System was programmed on duct tape and prayers, pretty much.
All video games are miracles.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna run to this door, pump 5 missiles into it, because you need 5 to open doors in this game for some reason. And you see this enemy here, this is a ROP. And this ROP is going to be our best friend and actually get it into Turian early. And hopefully, it'll be nice. Okay, that's not quite the lining up I want. Hopefully we can get it. That did not actually have it. Okay, that's fine. Alright, that looks perfect. There we go. And that's what I want.
なんか虫みたいにちょっと大変そうやな。あ、落ちた。あ、大丈夫か？
And perfect. That gets us inside. And now we go down.
ブリンスタの下の海みたいなやつ3だよね。
We got there in like 2 minutes instead of, 40.
突っ込んだらダメージ食らうやつ。
And I need to be careful with these because if I'm not, one, they're going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. The bigger problem is because technically we don't actually have missiles. So if the Dane tries to spawn a missile, which defeated the Metroid can do that, the Dane will self-fly. So we very obviously do not want that. So if we see any of these, we're just going to freeze them and run along. We don't need to fight them. So we have a few runs of this. And hopefully we won't run into too many issues getting through. So for that second room, we have 2 more rooms. And most of this will look familiar from the GBA version. A lot of stuff is actually decently faithful to the original, at least for like Turian. Some of the other areas maybe not so much. I'm gonna play this safe. Okay, perfect. Alright, last room we have to worry about any of these showing up in. Alright, perfect. I love to see that. Even if I have to fall into a lava set. Ooh, that was very close.
これも避難でもダメージ入んのか。止めても大変そうやな。
Okay, I'm gonna. I can get through that. Okay. I'm gonna do this then. That's fine.
No, the Metroids, they've evolved.
メトロイドに囲まれている寒さ。
Being very mean. Okay, we're good now. See, it's fine. And now for the final, I guess, final room before the escape. So you remember this from before? Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of jump along these and pump missiles into them so we can break them down. They break down the same way. Not much else to say about this. The real fun part is going to be when we get to Mother Brain herself and the way we're going to deal with that part of the room. So like you saw before, I did the whole finagling thing where I alternated between standards and super missiles and stayed at a corner so I could be relatively safe from everything. Yeah, again, we have infinite health, so we don't actually care about how much damage we're taking. We just kind of face tank whatever we need to take. So I'm just gonna be going through this. Only have a couple more. Alright, one more. It's fine if we fall into lava. We don't really have to worry too much. Also, this only breaks in 1 missile compared to before. And now I'm just gonna do this. And there we go. And I'm just gonna hold
これメトロイドですかこれ。噂の。
eventually she will die.
ゼロ距離射撃ですよ。
There will be actual flashing.
なんかシューティングってなんかゼロ距離で撃った方が強いみたいな偏見があるよ。そろそろかな。倒せる？
And there we go. That's the fight. Flashing lights.
お、爆発する。
And there we go. Now we gotta run. So
で、
thankfully,
撃破した後、多分頂上登るのか。
up this set of platforms vertically and just
あ、
kind of
サム
keep
スだっ
doing
たら
this
足
until
場
we hit to
届
the
くん
end.
だ。
Sadly, no fun Shine Spark things. The speed booster didn't exist until Super Metroid. So we have to do this kind of the normal way, which is still pretty quick.
ちょっと足場が
But time will be coming up
不
when I
安になっ
get
てくる。
onto the elevator.
これ脱出パートかな
And
タイム見るに。
GG's.
お、着いた
And there you go. That's
あ、はい、到着です。グッドゲーム。
Let me get the played on a virtual version of the NES Metroid, played on a virtual version of the GBA version, played on a virtual. There's a lot of layers. Don't worry about it. Anyways, but I guess proper shoutouts actually. I don't have that many.
どちら様
There is one I'm going to blame though, and that is Steinvik Nair, who issued a challenge for me to 100% this game and get perfect stealth. And I ended up learning the run trying to do that. And then I completed that challenge super fast, and then I ended up becoming a Metroid runner.
というわけで
Because
スタッ
I've
フロ
also
ール
since
で
learned
す。
Fusion. I have a challenge to learn Prime hard mode, so that's gonna be a thing. Otherwise, though, if you want to find me apart from that, Twitch. Actually, there are some others I could probably shout out, but they're mostly Metroid people. So I guess some shout outs to like people behind Rendervania as well. But anyways, as for myself, Twitch.tv/BeamQueenSol. I actually speedrun a lot of Kirby. That's my bigger one. But I have done the GBA Metroids. I've done a lot of Fusion Randomizer as well, for that matter. Aside from that, I do casual and challenge things aside. But I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope y'all are ready for Sata Block, because Sata Block's going to be a time. Definitely keep getting donations in, both to help Trans Lifeline, and see who Shots is going to be using in Touch and Roll. Let's hear it for II, or Don Don, or Baby, or whoever you want. just do the thing.
The important thing is the monkeys, like Fred Durst, keep on rolling.
というわけで画面戻りまして、以上、メトロイドゼロミッションでした。で、次のタイトル準備参ります。一旦失礼いたします。
All right, and thanks again, BeamQueenSol, for that wonderful run of Metroid Zero Mission, and Narpus Sordo. I mean, the real Sordo was the Narpus we met along the way. Anyway, we are going to take a quick break, so restroom, stretch, get some water, get some snacks, and cozy up for our next run, Unleash Recompiled for Labris, coming up in just a little bit.